I hope I'm audible to everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start with it. So, we are going to learn basically what exactly ergonomics is. So, let's make it a interactive session so that everybody enjoys it because we are going to learn a lot, but we are doing usually from this particular session. So, uh, I would request you all to keep your chat boxes on so that we can talk through it and we can just converse through it. So, let's start with the first word this whole topic is about ergonomics. Do you know what exactly ergonomics is? Anybody who, whatever you know about it, please come up with it. Mm, I'm waiting for the messages. Okay, Lavanya is saying that she doesn't know. Anupama ma'am is saying that workplace safety equipment's kind of, yeah, you're nearby to it. Any other discussion, any other people? I have so many participants, somewhere 98 participants are there. So, okay, yes, it is about postures. It is about many other things also. Posture is just a part of it. Good Raghavendra. Next, science to take care of health while using devices. Perfect. So, yes, this is a big trouble nowadays. We are not actually taking care of us. We are so involved in devices. AI has so made us dependent on themselves and all the devices. Nowadays, we can't find specifically the Gen Z who. Can you please keep yourself on mute?
आप जो है अगर जूनियर का तैयार है तो हम उसकी प्रैक्टिस करवाएंगे उनकी भी प्रैक्टिस की बहुत जरूरत है उनको भी समझना है उसमें से दो बच्चे चलेंगे क्या मूड कोड क्या है दो में चलेंगे हैं वो ये
Uh, uh,
क्या कह रहे थे
ma'am, it's not about exactly production and distribution. Uh, uh, Ma'am, can you please mute others? That would be really helpful if it's possible. So, okay. So let's start with what exactly ergonomics is. Till now, this word was not that well known among the people. It was like a different word. No one knew about it. So let's just know ergonomics, what exactly it is. The word ergon is, means work and nomos means natural laws. So n- the laws of work, what exactly laws we should follow while we are working. We have some protocols like a kind of dressing which we have to follow while we are going to work, a kind of you can say stuff which we have to carry while we are going to work, and a kind of behavior which we have to maintain while going to work. So why can't we have some rules of our physical sitting also while we are going to work? What kind of nowadays, because people are doing work from home, nowadays because people are so dependent, we have some online classes also. Right now also many people are sitting on their bed even while taking the class. So rather than doing that, we should follow some laws of work also related to our health. So, ergonomists study that human capability in relationships to work demands. What are your work demands? Sometimes your work demands you to be awake for long hours, to take care of your work for longer time, more than expected. So, how to actually get through this? Yes, designing work for people. So, good evening, Lata ma'am. So, yes, now let's just have a little exactly. It's about the working condition, how we are working. Are we sitting in the right place? Are we sitting in the right way? Are we actually not disturbing ourselves while we are working? So let's just have a look at it. So ergonomics, as OSHA defines it, the right definition for it, you can have a screenshot of it. It's designing the job to fit the worker. Here we are not actually putting the job into the picture, we are putting the worker into the picture. We are not asking them to fit onto our way. If we are an employer, we can't like ask the person to design his lifestyle according to my work. Rather, I would design my work according to his lifestyle. It's very difficult for an employer to do so. But yes, if we are expecting a good output from an employee, then definitely at that point of time we need to know that the what my employee is capable at and how I can get the 100% output of it, rather than pressurizing them and giving them a bad work condition. I should actually focus on putting my work in such a way that I get the best output without spoiling the health of my employee. So let's move to the next slide. I hope this is clear. So let's move. I want a small interaction from you. Whenever you have some query or something, please write it down in the chat box so that we can discuss about it. And if you want to add on to something which I have told, which you think should be added on, and I didn't talk about, please add it on, write it down, or jot it down onto the chat box. You can even unmute yourself and ask me. You are most welcome for that. So let's just see now what our topic is: digital agronomics. I'm sorry, economics. So, right now, what we are going to do, we are going to understand how we are going to let our lives be around digital devices, because digital devices is something which we are dependent on nowadays, completely dependency. So sometimes we are sitting in a wrong posture and doing our work that could lead to the lesser output. And if we see we are not keeping well, why? Because we are sitting for hours on using the screen. So how to keep ourselves fine, and what are the ways? There are some postures, there are some ways. If we will talk about two things. We are going to talk about one thing, that how to keep ourselves physically strong, how to keep ourselves physically fit, so that we can give our 100% to the company. And second thing, what we are going to learn, we are going to learn about how we can keep our mind strong. I mean, how we can keep our cognitive activity strong, so that we actually an employer can design his work according to you. I hope I'm clear till now. Please give a thumbs up in the chat box so that I can get a good motivation for it. No one is responding. Thank you, Lavanya. So let's move ahead. So digital agronomics is actually a practice of optimizing digital tools. What we are doing, we are optimizing the digital tools, environments, and system to enhance human well-being. Till now, we were actually learning how to work for a company. But right now, we are learning how a company should work for us, make the things optimized for us so that we can keep our health and wealth and safety, efficiency on the utmost priority. So it uses digital tools and methodologies like computer modeling and sensor technology. How does it do that? Let's come to that point now. Let's move to the next slide. So here is the optimization. What we can do: optimization of basically the human digital interaction through agronomics. Okay, I got many good uh, thumbs up, so that means people are listening. Thank you. So let's just learn it. So optimizing the human digital interaction. Now we are right now also we all are interacting to each other, sitting physically at very far away places. Right now, many of you must be sitting on a chair or on a sofa or maybe on couch so that you can listen to me. Along with that, you must be like maybe noting down the notes, and you must be using your hands and your wrists and your arms to handle the device whichever is in front of you. I'm also using it to move to next slide. We what is the right way of doing it so that our body doesn't get hurt out of it. So there are some things which we should actually think of. We should maintain neutral wrist and arm positions. We shouldn't actually pressurize our arms and wrists in such a way that it gets hurt after sitting there for long hours. And then we should take some breaks also. Now, Dr. Sanjay Sanyal actually gives us how to reduce the neck and mm, like there is some pain whenever we are not sitting in the right position. If we are using laptop for more than half an hour and we are not sitting in the right position, if we are laying down or maybe sitting on a couch, and maybe we are sitting in a position in which we should actually lay down, and that position our neck hurts, the spine gets bended in this way, which shouldn't happen. There should be a proper way for the bending of spine. So let's move to those points. First one, common digital ergonomics. What exactly the problems do we face? See, this child is sitting in front of the computer. He is using his neck. He is just bending down. Yes, Manjari ma'am has to say something. Okay, maybe by mistake. Ma'am, some people are not able to join. Ma'am, Manjari ma'am is saying that they are not able to join. Kindly help them out. Sure, Zuha ma'am. I'll elaborate ergonomics. I did that. I think you joined a little later. I'll go back again. Ma'am, excuse me. Just a second, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Some of our teachers are unable to join the class, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Lavanya ma'am is saying that I have to go a little slow.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
start it again. Ma'am, some people are not able to join. Please help them out.
Sure. I will just do one thing. I'll share the link for joining again on the chat. If you could just still just forward it to them, please. I'm just sharing. Give me a minute.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
I'll come back to ergonomics again. Let other people join. Would that be okay?
Yeah, yeah, sure, ma'am.
I think Lavanya ma'am was asking me to go slow, and there was one other person who was asking that I have to elaborate more about what ergonomics mean. I'll go back, ma'am. Wait a second.
Ma'am, I have also shared the link on the chat again. If you can just ask whoever is not able to join, if you could just ask them.
Manjari ma'am was asking, ma'am, you can just copy the link from the chat box and give it to your colleagues if that works for you. Excuse me, ma'am. Sure. And just
Okay.
let us know. Let us know if there is some problem still. So I was being asked what exactly ergonomics means. I have come back to my first slide. Derived from two Greek words. Ergon means work. Nomos means nature of work. So basically, now what is happening? Natural laws, if doesn't govern the work. Suppose I ask you to wake up whole night and do work for me. and then come back to your workplace again in the morning. That doesn't work that way, because natural law says that we have to have minimum 7 to 8 hours of sleep. If we are not getting that, our body will not work in that way. So, what does it say? That when the work is abiding to natural laws, then only the ergonomics works. If it is not, that means in that case, the work is not going to be perfect one. Now, here, ergonomics means when we are using digital devices for work, at that point of time we all are using, we are, nobody is left out. Either it's a smart board in your class, or it's a computer in your class, or maybe the way you are using different devices, the mobiles or the laptops or tabs. We are asking kids to have classes with us online. At that point of time, we keep the online classes on a regular, like you can say, on a stretch. So rather than keeping it on a stretch, we should give them 20 minutes of, you can say, break, or maybe some time to just refresh, so that that works, this whole class is understood by them. Because otherwise either they would hurt their body, or maybe they'll not be concentrated enough. So to keep this concentration and efficiency on the perfect blend, and if we want every child to be participating well and not get unwell because of watching the screen for long, or maybe sitting in a wrong posture, so we need to actually form some laws at work. Right now we're talking about digital ergonomics. So if our work demands, then what kind of relationship do you share with your work? So that is also, like you can say, ergonomics. Here, ergonomics means we are designing our work according to the worker. Suppose my worker is good at a particular thing, like suppose
No, ma'am.
Shika ma'am is good at drawing. So, yes, ma'am.
No, even then they are not unable to join.
Ma'am, I think there might be some issue with their Zoom, I think, because like many people are still joining and going, leaving. So I think there might be an issue either with their network or their Zoom related issue. That can be an issue.
No, ma'am. This is not all with the all,
Is
na.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Let me just check. Ma'am, you can continue. Let me
ma'am,
just check,
number of
check with my.
participants,
R100,
number
ma'am.
of
And
participants,
R100.
Yeah,
is
I
that
I
an
will.
issue?
Yeah, that can be an issue. There might be a limit of
Yes,
100 participants. I can
yes,
just
yes.
check it with the tech team, and if it's the case, then I think that might be a problem. Then she'll
The
not be
system
able
has
to join.
reached maximum limit. So now 100.
Yeah,
Again, teachers
Yes,
are
ma'am.
unable to join.
This is the reason, ma'am.
I think that is the reason she's not able to join.
Uh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am,
So,
then you can just continue.
okay. So, yes, where was I? I was talking about how to design a job to fit the worker. I was talking about, maybe I could see the name of Shika ma'am here. Maybe Shika ma'am is very good at drawing, but I still give her some work which is not related to drawing. She's too creative, but I give her work which is related to calculation. She's not good at calculation, maybe. Every person has one or the other capability. Now, that capability has to be found out using different activities which can be done in the very early time when they are at their workplace for training. And then when their capability comes out, then we can assign them work accordingly, so that work thing gets a comfortable position with the person who is assigned that work. So let's come to, rather than forcing somebody to do a particular task, we can ask them to get the work done in their own way. So If we allow this, then the productivity would be better. I believe that, and that is what ergonomics says. So let's just move next. We talked about digital ergonomics. Here we are talking how we can deal with our devices so well that they are not taking a toll on our health, rather than we are helping that out. So we are using them. They are not using us. So let's just move to the next part. I came to this particular slide when I was telling you how to optimize our digital interaction through ergonomics. So there are ways. If we are using our device for the whole day and we are not looking towards our body and we are not taking care of our health, we are not taking care of our body parts, we are continuously using one body part in a particular way, so we can get sore arms, or we can get shoulder pains, we can get back pains, we can, if you're not sitting in a proper posture. So Dr. Sanjoy Sanyals told that we can reduce the neck and musculoskeletal pain. How we can do that? Let's come to the next point. What exactly pains we normally get if we are sitting for long hours with a digital device? First thing is neck and shoulder pain, because we keep our neck in a bended way. This is the way, this is how we keep our spine. So that's why, like this person, you can see the picture. This person is getting this pain. Why is he getting? Because he is looking towards the screen for long. Now, that person is also keeping his hand on the mouse in a certain way, which may hurt him after long time keeping their hand in this way. Now, what happens in our cases? We have seen our students playing games. Now, if they are playing games on computer for long, at that point of time, what happens? Their hands sore. The keyboards, you can say, the way they keep their hands on the keyboard, their wrists sore, and somewhere you can see even the arms and shoulder pains are also there. And these kinds of problems are being faced by very young students, like even the ones who are studying in grade 7 or grade 6. They're very young. They're not expected to have such pains, because so what exactly we can do? Because of eye strain, they get headaches also, and they lose their focus. And if suppose we ask them to sit on computer for maybe 6 or 7 hours on a stretch, they can get like they can even lose their memory also at one point of time. So how to get rid of it? Now, what are the risks? First, we
Ma'am,
talked about. Sure.
just a minute.
Ma'am.
I was saying, Manjari ma'am, we are increasing the limit. If you could ask her to try and join again. We have increased the limit now.
Okay,
Just
ma'am.
check.
Okay, I'll drop the message in my group.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Swati ma'am,
thank
continue. Sorry.
Sure, it's okay. So now, what happens when we keep our hand continuously in one position? So let's just try it out. Everybody, please keep your hand this way and for next 5 minutes. Right now, you're not having any problem with it. Just keep your hand this way. Are you keeping? Say yes or no.
Yes, we are keeping them.
Okay. Somebody is asking, मैम आप कंप्यूटर की बुक्स भी रिलीज करते हो क्या? Ma'am, Orange has their publication only. So everybody is keeping their hands. Nice. Now, after 30 seconds, did you feel a little pain? A little pain? Did you feel? You can just switch on your mics, because I know I've asked you to keep your hand this way. You can't write.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, even if a position is comfortable for you for first 30 seconds, that position becomes uncomfortable after 30 seconds. If you have heard about a very old saying, when people used to say, like, if you hold something, if you hold some weight for a little time, it doesn't give you that much hurt. But if you hold it for longer, that gives you hurt. So the same happens while we are using computers. Right now, when I'm sitting comfortably, I would have no problem for another 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe half an hour. I'll not have any problem. But yes, if it keeps on going on, so at that point of time, I'll have problem. What kind of problem would I face at that point of time? I would have the problems like it'll keep hurting. It'll start hurting. My hands will sore. Like it'll start paining, and these kinds of problems will sustain. So let's see now what is visual fatigue and eye strain. If you keep on watching the television or maybe a screen or maybe a phone for longer, I've seen many people doing this. They keep on watching reels while they're traveling. If they are sitting in a cab, they'll, or maybe in a car, they'll keep on watching. After some times, when they come back to real world, when they switch off, when they keep their phone aside, at that time they are unable to take what real world has it. So they feel claustrophobic at that point of time. They feel like puking out. ऐसा वाला सिचुएशन हो जाता है. क्यों? क्योंकि आप अपनी जो स्पाइन है उसे स्ट्रेट ना रख के उसको थोड़ा बेंड कर रहे हो. जब आप उसे बेंड करते हो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, the way your digestion system works, it doesn't work that way. क्योंकि आपने तो अपने सिस्टम को थोड़ा डिफरेंट कर दिया ना हाउ इट वर्क्स. अगर आप यही स्ट्रेट बैठे हो तो आपका डाइजेशन सिस्टम वैसे ही वर्क करेगा जैसे उसे करना चाहिए. बट वंस यू आर बेंडेड एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, much of your upper body weight goes on to your liver, and that doesn't work the way it should. अब उसकी वजह से you feel claustrophobic because the food doesn't get a proper metabolism and it doesn't get digested well. तो इस वजह से हमें claustrophobic लगता है. So these are one few ways. Now, what exactly happens? We don't move for hours. We keep on sitting in the same position for n number of hours. We don't look at कि कितने क्योंकि हमको हमें काम करना है, हमें काम करना है ये सोचकर हम 3 3 4 4 आवर्स सेम पोजीशन में बैठे रहते हैं, जिसकी वजह से हमें ये इश्यूज आते हैं. सो लेट्स सी. Yes, somebody has raised their hand. Yes, Nilanjali ma'am, can ask me. Nilanjali ma'am, do you need to ask something? Okay, maybe by mistake. How can we get rid of it? Yes, we are coming to that, Zua ma'am. The whole seminar is all about it only. So I was just explaining what kind of problems we face. Now let's move to the next part. Now, how did this study grow? We'll come back to this later on. Let's come to key principles of effective digital ergonomics. When we are designing our workstation, suppose we have this work from home situation and we are designing our workstation. So, what is the way we normally sit? Can you see the wrong sitting posture on the left side? Can you see this wrong sitting posture? Vandita ma'am, there is so much of noise from there, your side. Uh, so there is this wrong sitting posture in which the neck is bending. Can you see? Now, how to rectify it? To the position of the computer. We don't have to change our position to get. If you guys don't mind, can I just ask you to mute yourself, please? So here, can you see the person is sitting in a wrong position, in his neck is bending right now. So if I want to use computer, I have to bend the screen to get it closer so that I don't have to bend my neck in that case. Every one of you, please check right now. Is your neck bending? while you're using your device? Is your neck bending right now? Tell me in the chat box. Is your neck bending right now? Yes. Okay. Manam ma'am is saying no. Good. So those who are saying no, that's a very good thing. That means you are not putting your computer in the wrong position. If it is, then please put it straight right now. Okay. So how to do that? Like suppose your computer is now, can you see this person? He's sitting on the same chair. But what did he do to put it to the right posture? Look at his leg, how it bended, because of which his spine is also straight now. And the screen has also to be bent a little towards the eyes of that person. Can you see that? Everyone, can you see that? जब हम बोलते हैं कि straight बैठो तो उसका मतलब रीजन ये होता है so that our neck doesn't bend, because of which the posture doesn't create a trouble on the later stage. If you want to take a picture of it, you can, so that you can tell your kids also, and you can use it for your further times also. Teachers, have you taken the picture? In this way, the blood flow is also proper. And if my forearm is at an obtuse angle, so it doesn't hurt. If it's at an obtuse angle, can you see this? I'll use the annotation right now. Can you see this? This angle? Here, this angle was wrong. If this angle was wrong, that's why his neck started bending. Now, every one of you just try this out with yourself. Every one of you, please try it out with yourself. Just put your legs straight. Keep the screen in such a way that it is parallel to your eye. The neck doesn't have to bend to see the screen. Just increase the height of your workstation. Even if you're using a mobile, just put the mobile in front of you. Take a place, keep a book on it, and so that you can see the mobile in front of you. If you can't use, if you don't have a chair right now to sit, if you're standing, then please stand in this position, every one of you. Done? Once you're done, kindly let me know in the chat box. If this position gets wrong, the whole of the body's position gets wrong. If this position is right, it's in an obtuse angle, then the whole body is sitting right. Yes, I have so many things in the chat box. Okay. So everyone did the right thing with their position right now. Everyone is sitting in this position. Perfect. So let's move to the next principle. I'm closing the annotation. So let's move to the next principle. The next principle says, keep wrist neutral. Now talking about the wrist, we'll go back to this slide and see how the wrist is. The wrist is in, again, an obtuse angle. Can you see that? That's why there's no pressure on the neither on the forearm nor on the upper arm, and the position is, the perfect position is this one here, because the wrist was also in the wrong position. That's why the person had pain. But right now, if we see this picture, or this picture, can you see this? These are the two positions in which you can keep your wrist. The position is same, just the person is standing or sitting. It should be in obtuse angle. I hope that's clear. That makes the blood also flow well. Otherwise, we get some soreness in our hands also after using the computer for long. All of you, did you? Yes, good evening, Anjali ma'am. So, all of you, please put your wrist in such a way that it doesn't hurt you in an obtuse angle with the forearm and the upper arm doesn't have an acute angle like this or maybe at this position. It has to be this position, the one which is shown in the picture. I hope I'm clear. Teachers, am I clear? Okay, so let's move to the next part. What is the next principle? Till now it was all about hands and legs position. So now let's see what exactly the next thing is. The third principle is about the viewing angle. Kindly see it carefully. Even if you're not going to sit and do the trigonometry here and measure the angles, but yes, the position should be in this way that the upper part of your screen should be in parallel to your forehead. Can you see this girl? How she's sitting? The upper part of her screen, the upper part of the screen is right now parallel to her eyes. Even if you're putting a television in your room, you should make sure if you're sitting for long to watch the television, your upper part of the screen should be parallel to the this forehead. Can you see this? Everybody, please respond. Do you normally keep these things in your? Yes, it matters. That's why young children are having headache, neck pain. Along with that, they are going into depression because of all these things. I'll come back. I'll come to that point also. There are lots of things. If you are not following, you can't expect a kid to do that. Kids always follow what you do, not what you tell them. Even if it is for you, you follow the things which you see, not which you observe what's happening around you. You'll never follow what is told because they all are theories. If we are normally watching a phone, what we do, we normally keep our neck bended to watch the phone. Are we supposed to do that? Do you really feel after a half an hour of watching the phone, we get pains in our neck or in our spine? Does that happen to you? We never follow exactly, but we should do that, na? That's why maybe your this seminar is being arranged for you. So normally when you're watching phone, make sure, even though it's not possible otherwise, but then don't watch phone for long in this way. If you have to see something for long, make sure that you are keeping this upper part of the screen parallel to your forehead. Then only please watch that. Exactly. So let's come to the next part. What is the next part here? Everyone, you have noted it down. Can I move ahead? So the first thing we talked about, the position of the legs. The second thing we talked about is position of our wrist. And third thing we talked about the position of the screen which we are watching. So till now, we have talked about three principles. Let's move to the next one. Are you done doing it? Only one person has written yes. Can I move ahead? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, perfect. So let's move to the next part of it. Yes, this is a proper ergonomic S-shaped design. Can you see? It fully supports the back, adjusts the sitting posture, helps to release the pressure on spine and shoulders, and makes sitting reclining more comfortable. In this way, can you see the whole spine is inclined in such a way that it's like S shape? Teachers, can you see that? And if your chair doesn't is not adjustable, in that case, you can use some supports also so that it becomes adjustable. Sometimes we keep some pillows or maybe some kind of lumbar support to keep our spines okay. So, this kind of adjustment is a proper agronomic ergonomic adjustment. Can you please, if you want, you can note it down. Yes, there's somebody who's saying something. Yes. Happy International School. Please say. Okay, there's no voice. So let's move ahead. Till here, it's that there is this S-shaped position which our back should experience if we are sitting for longer time. Have you seen in theaters, normally this kind of chair is available, which is adjustable according to our length, our height. Can you see why in theaters, why these kinds of chairs are available? Because you have to sit for long hours, and then theater screens are obviously big one, so we don't have to bend our neck to see that screen. So that's why it's very comfortable to watch a movie in a theater, because these things are kept in mind while they are designing a theater. I hope I'm clear to everybody. You want to keep this picture, you can keep, and then we can move ahead. Okay. If we don't have this type of chair, then how to maintain this posture for how many minutes can sit one go, and then we can. Yes, ma'am. See, if we don't have this kind of chair, because every workplace doesn't have this kind of chair. So what can happen? We have some old type of chairs in which the wooden thing or maybe the plastic chairs are there. So we can keep some supports at our back. If we know that we have to sit for longer hours, what we do, we normally keep supports so that, see, you got to know what exactly the position of our spine should be. So now, how to maintain the position of the spine, this you will see after looking at the chair. If you know that after some time I would be bending and then it would be hurting, so what we can do, we can keep some lumbar support nearby at the back of our lower back or maybe at the higher back. We can keep some support. In that ways, we can keep our spine straight. So let's move to the next principle. The next principle, the sir which we were talking about, is a rule of 30. After every 30 minutes, see now 30 minutes had passed that you are with me in this seminar. Let's everyone get up for a minute. Everyone, please get up for a minute. Stand up for a minute. And then just do a little stretch. If you can't do this kind of stretch, which this girl is doing, at least a small stretch. Maybe just pull our hands ahead, pull our hands towards the ceiling, and then push our hands towards the floor. One small 30 minutes, that this rule of 30 says that every 30 minutes, look 30 feet away. That means you have to extend your neck to look 30 feet ahead of you. 30 feet ahead means at least across the room, rather more than room. Not we are not talking about the looking towards ceiling because that is against training your neck. We are asking you to look ahead 30 feet away from you. So this rule, kindly note it down. You should actually practice this in your school also, or if you are not a teacher, if you're a student, then you should practice in your class with your friends. That if we are even taking an online class or an online session, after every 30 minutes, get up, get this stretch done for 30 seconds, only 30 seconds, not more than that, आधा minute. What should be minimum distance? Sir? This is what I have told you in the beginning, that it should be, see, 30. See, this is how it is measured. It should be 40 to 70 centimeters. Please explain. Yeah, sure. The 30-minute rule says, see, the 30-minute rule says if you are sitting on a screen, right now you're sitting on the screen. Yes, ma'am, as teachers, we don't use it much of the hours, but while checking the notebooks, yes, perfectly said. While checking the notebooks, we are sometimes sitting in a very casual position while checking the notebooks. Sometimes we are sitting in a position in which we are hurting our neck. So, what we can do now? Obviously, notebooks can't be on your head level. So, what you can do, you can just stand up for after every 30 minutes. Look forward, not ahead on the ceiling. Do not look towards the ceiling because that's also hurting your neck only. Look 30 feet ahead of you. I mean, going towards, you can say, across the room. You're looking towards 30 feet across the room. And if you can do a small stretch like this, the lady is doing, or maybe just pull your hands ahead, then pull your hands up, and then push your hands down, and then one hand this way and one hand this way. I hope this much stretch everybody can do. If you're not flexible enough for this, you can do a small stretch after every 30 minutes. But while doing it, make sure that you're not hurting yourself. Sometimes what happens कि हाँ ठीक है 30 मिनट बोला और झटके से उठ गए. That झटके से उठना would also create a trouble. Just be very soft, because while you are putting your spine not in the right position, at that time what happens? Normally necks hurt. Now ma'am is asking about the notebooks. Obviously we can't put the notebook exactly in front of our eye. What we can do, we can just use hand tables on the places. Suppose the table of your staff room is till maybe your chest, which is very low. So, what you can do, you can keep a small, you can say, elevator to the table and just use that elevator for checking. If you are using, if you're doing checking for long hours, then use that elevator for checking so that your spine doesn't have to bend for much of the angle. I hope I'm clear. Teachers, am I clear? Okay. So let's move to the next one. Next point says after this stretch, rule of 30-30, then this says what kind of angles should be there between your legs while you're sitting. Ensure feet rest. Some people use feet rest. Sometimes we use big, you can say, even on different shopping websites, you would find these feet rests. We use the feet rest on if you are sitting for longer hours. If you are doing this paper correction, I've seen that the teachers are doing paper correction for long hours. At that point of time, what happens? They keep their legs at the back. You should keep your legs in this position so that your back remains straight and we do not get this problem of spine pains or maybe disc relocation. This happens a lot, especially with the ladies. I hope that's clear. Have you noted it down? I hope that's clear. Kindly let me know in the chat box. So we have to make sure while we are sitting on a chair that either we are using footrest or we are maintaining this angle of 90-100 degree to leg to torso angle. I hope that's clear for everybody. Yes, yes, ma'am. So let's move ahead. So this, after this principle, let's come the next slide. It says the kind of clear. Till now, we're talking about spine, hand, muscles, legs. We forgot about eyes. They're also getting affected. If you're not using a proper light at that point of time, our eyes get affected. Suppose you are using, I am actually more dedicated towards using of computer, but yes, teachers are doing it in the on notebooks also, in the copies also, while you're correcting the copies and either you're correcting the papers. At that point of time, if you're using a proper light, then only your target vision would be more clear and it will not strain your eyes. So, how to do that? You should use an open room where the window is very nearby. Then, after that, you have to make, even if now at night, if you're using it, what to do? One, you can say light over your head, like this girl has done, and another light at the back side of your device. This way, you can like reduce the strain which our eyes get. I hope I'm clear till here. So, if we are using this kind of glare in which we are directly not putting the strain on our eyes, that way we can keep our eyes more less strained and in a better way. You can take a picture of this if you want. If you've taken the picture, can I move ahead? And as somebody asked me how much centimeter the screen should be, 40 to 70 centimeters. Where 70 is a little far. Sometimes if we have this nearer vision, so in that case we can't see that. So 40 is also okay, but not less than 40, not more than 70. Don't strain your eyes so much. Okay, so let's move a little ahead. This is the proper sitting posture. If you want to note it down, you can. Angles, inches, back support, shoulders relaxed, arm support, thighs are relaxed. Can you see the arm is on the arm support, which is on the right hand side? Then thighs are horizontally kept. It's not like the person is like at, you can say 70 degrees. That means he has kept his legs on the down support. I hope it's clear. Kindly let me know in the chat box once you have like jotted down whatever I was telling you. Kindly let me know in the chat box. I can move ahead in that case. So teachers, just because as you can see, this person is sitting in a proper way while using computer. But I request you to tell me what is the right position while we are sitting to uh, check our notebooks. Right now, we discussed. I ask you to draw that here. I have this annotation on for everybody. Kindly draw something here. Can you see the whiteboard? Those who are good at it. A small drawing to tell how exactly should a teacher sit while checking the notebooks and not strain their body. Please draw. Are you able to draw it? Teachers, kindly let me know. Okay. Very nice. But this way, how can you see the notebook? You guys are giving me these positions. Can you see the notebook in this way? Okay. Yes. There is this picture which is made. Debashri. She has drawn it right. Inaya, then others. Yes, very nice. Okay. Shika ma'am is making the whole drawing. Excellent, ma'am. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. So I have so many of annotations, beautiful annotations. Anybody else still wants to draw? Okay. Yes, very nice. Very nice. Yes, Malika ma'am has explained it. Ritesh sir is also explaining it well. Yes. You can use different colors because it's mixing up otherwise. You can use different colors. There are so many colors. The whole spectrum of colors is open. Ritesh sir has said AI would do that. Super. Okay. So let's just stop it here and we can move to the next activity, next work. What exactly? This. Thank you, teachers. So you saw the right position in which we should actually keep our body while we are using the screen. Now let's move to the next position. So this is a video which will show the right digital ergonomics. We'll see this video. Please let me know if you can't see the video till now.
Ma'am, video is not visible and your screen is also stopped sharing.
Okay, because I was showing that screen now, so that's why. Just a second, ma'am. So, how to arrange your desk? This is the way. Everyone, please have a look. See. Here's the desk. The chair, monitor, keyboard, reaching, slouching. That's what John's thinking. Special surgery. This is setting up of desk agronomically. Please have a look very carefully. You can note down the points which he is telling so that you can actually reduce the pains and kind of surgeries which this doctor is telling that there are several surgeries which he has done. And you must have seen these kinds of surgeries happening around you. Among you people, there must be many people who are actually facing this backache, this headache, this eye strain. So let's just help each other by telling each other how to use the proper posture. So let's just move. Sometimes you say that उससे कुछ नहीं होगा, थोड़ी देर में क्या हो जाएगा, but yes, क्या हो जाएगा ये अब आपको दिखेगा. So average desk height is 29 to 30 inches. Everybody please note down, average desk height is 29 to 30 inches. Not tall enough, you have an average height, then this is what average desk height is. You can just get it arranged according to how your body is. Even if the school owners are listening, they can also keep the staff room tables to be on a height of this inches. I hope everyone is clear. Give me a thumbs up if you're done, if you've understood. That gives me a motivation to move ahead. So let's just move. Next one. So elbows are bent to 90 degrees. You can note it down. The elbows are bent to 90 degrees here. Can you see the position sitting in? How are the elbows bent? He's talking about the elbow, this area. So what is to be done? It has to be 90 degrees. How to exactly get to know? Obviously, you're not going to use a protector to do that. But yes, on an average, you would get to know that yes, this position is not hurting. So I can put my elbow in this way. That is to be bent to 90 degrees. Looks like perpendicular. Okay. So next one. So suppose that person is not able to be that comfortable and keep the foot down on the you can say on the floor. So what to exactly do? Put a footstool this way. I hope that's clear till here. The next one, how to adjust your monitor. So let's move to how to adjust your monitor. Adjust your monitor. this way. I hope the same way what I said. I hope it's clear till here. How exactly is he adjusting his monitor? If your monitor is not adjustable, kindly keep two big books under your monitor. Vanna ma'am, can you please mute yourself? So this way, even if you have a laptop, how he's keeping his laptop. Can you see this? You need a stand to be kept under your laptop. See, if you would say unnecessary money क्यों waste करें? This is not unnecessary money wastage. This is saving a big amount on the surgeries which would happen later on. Whichever body part is strained a lot, that body part will not work properly. Slowly, you all will get that problem. Why to get into such a problem? Why to not put these things in a proper way right now? So now comes the keyboard and mouse. So now you would be saying if the laptop is too high, then how would I be using it? So in that case, you need to have an external keyboard and mouse for that. So step number 3 is to mind your mouse and your keyboard exactly on the position when your you can say elbow is bent 90 degrees. So did you get that? Your hand ends after putting your hand in this way. Wherever your hand ends, then only the keyboard should be there. So, and where the mouse should be exactly, the mouse should be just next to the keyboard. Can you see that? So, let's see the next one. So, you don't have to move the mouse too far. That you're using your mouse too far, don't do that because otherwise your shoulder will hurt. So, this is the worst way. And we normally listen to our mobile calls in this way only. See what all is getting affected. Can you see this part? This is the most important part of our body, the spine's upper position. And if we actually strain this, we get the pains of cervical, which in which we have to put that collar and all, and we get the pains which can lead to our lower back pains also. This can even give us great headaches. So you should listen to your phone either this way, but not straining your hand for long. So keep the earpods. But yes, sometimes earpods, I mean, talking on phone, if you're talking for a long time, make sure you're talking on speaker, maybe, so that it doesn't hurt you. The phone is a little far away from you. So the devices are a little far if you're talking for long. If you're talking for lesser time, that doesn't matter. But for longer time, it matters. It matters a lot. I hope I'm clear. And now comes the last step. Step one. Not the last one, it is. So I hope I would request everybody to stand up and do these exercises because you're also sitting right now since the time my seminar started. So it's already, you can say, 1 hour 18 minutes. So everybody please stand up. or either sit properly how he's sitting and do the exercises. Everyone, this and this and this. Do this. You can do this with your kids also in the class. If you're taking a long class and you think your class is boring, you are actually like not right now everybody is losing the interest, just do this exercise for 30 seconds. Did you do this exercise? Did you do that exercise? Chin ahead and chin back. Chin ahead and chin back. Good evening, sir. Chin ahead and chin back. Yes, thank you. Next one. This one. Gently pull. Kindly gently pull. Don't pull your head too hard on you. This way. Gently pull it here and gently pull it this side. Everyone did it? Everyone did that? Left and then right. Left and then right. This and this. Everyone did that 5 times? 1, 2, 3, this way, 4, and the last one, 5. Everyone did that? Give me a thumbs up if you all have done it. Okay, perfect. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am is saying that yes, it helped her relax her muscles. So let's just do the third exercise. So squeeze your shoulders back this way, everybody. Squeeze your shoulders back and front, back and front. 5 times. Back and front 5 times. Some Zoom user has sent a small punch to us. Everyone, yes, back and front. Done? 5 times? Did you do it 5 times? Can we move ahead? Everyone did that? Please give me a thumbs up. Relaxing. Nice. Good one. Okay, perfect. Now let's move to the next one.
Fourth exercise. This is what we call
So, what you are going to do, what you have to do, you have to just push your lower back ahead and back. 5 times, everybody. Ahead and back. This is what you have to do with your kids also. Ahead and back. Yes. Done? Done? Everyone, please respond if you're done. Even you can use your mic if you want to tell something. Anything, anything, if you want to talk, you can just use mic. You don't have to switch on your video. Just have to use your mic and tell me. Did it work for you? Yes, Gurvinda ma'am. Thank you. Okay. So next one. You have to get up off your chair. He's saying every hour, but we are saying 30 seconds. I'm sorry, 30 minutes. After every 30 minutes, you have to get up. And I hope that's clear now. I hope it was clear. Okay. So I got several thumbs up. If you want to talk something, we can about the video or we can move ahead. You want the link to video? You want the link to video? I can share the link with you if you want. You can use this video in your class also if you want. So I'm sharing it in the chat box. Is it visible there? Is my chat box visible? So you felt good after doing these exercises? Small exercises after doing these small exercises? Okay. Yes, I'm getting those thumbs ups. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. So let's move to the next topic. What is the next thing? Here we are comparing traditional and modern digital ergonomics. So let's come back to that. What exactly was happening in the modern times? We had only one kind of device, that was desktop, and we used to actually manually adjust those chairs, screens, and peripherals. Now we had periodic ergonomics test. What is this ergonomics test? When we are actually showing that this kind of chair we are using, this kind of stool we are using, or maybe this kind of screen we are using. Now coming to modern ergonomics. Here we are actually going to use AI and some sensors. Now, how would AI be helpful? AI can tell you now it's the time to get up. Sometimes your watches tell you that yes, you haven't got up since 30 minutes. Now get up and move. Now, how this comes, AI or the real time monitoring machines are monitoring you every time what you're doing. Now, dynamic software reminders. Sometimes the reminders say drink water, maybe take a break, or maybe just go and have food. If you keep these reminders, so yes, it'll adapt to the environmental controls and then definitely it'll give you results accordingly. And then here, the focus is not only on our physical body, it's also on other things like our mental well-being, where we nowadays, because we are so much involved into screen, even if we had 8 hours of screen time in our office, after that also we give time to our phone, in which we are not sitting in a right position. Normally we are sitting on a toilet seat, sometimes we are sitting on a bed, or maybe in a very relaxed way, but we don't see how our spine is bending all through when we are using the phone. So kindly reduce the timings of using phone, switch to laptops or desktops. That ways you can save your spine a lot. It is easy to use a phone, but down the line it's causing you a lot of harm. So let's move to the next point. The future of digital ergonomics. So healthier, happier, and more productive. Why? Because if we are not following digital ergonomics at that point of time, we are supposed, there is a chance of getting ill, maybe 80 to 90%. And if you're using if this kind of ergonomics, it's not like you'll never get ill. There can be many other reasons to get ill, But yes, it reduces the injury risk. And then obviously, nowadays, AI is used for doing the posture coaching in many of the companies, like in companies of China and you can say USA, they're using AI for the posture checking if we are sitting in the right posture or not. That's why people fall ill lesser number of times. Even though we are using preservative foods, we are using many other things, but yes, because of posture, the injuries reduces, and obviously the people get ill lesser number of times. So people will be regular to their work and they'll not be taking off from the job because of health. Because of that, the sustained performance would also improve. This is something which employee and employer works hand in hand for the profit of the company. So yes, now your work is to assess your workplace, adjust your setup. Right now, you saw how this guy told you to adjust your setup. Kindly adjust your setup, your body, and your productivity. Body will definitely thank you later on. So now let's come which kinds of softwares you can use for digital wellness. You can actually note them down. One is Calm. If you see, it's available on iOS also, on Apple TV, Apple Watch. This is how we calm ourselves. Sometimes we get anxiety attacks, sometimes we are not happy, we are unhappy, we are too aggressive, sometimes we want to just hit somebody. At that point of time, put ourselves to sleep, we can use calm. The second one here is headspace. Headspace means in which it tells you what kind of meditation do you want, what kind of problem are you facing. So all these things are basically counted out under headspace. Now, mood tracking and journaling. Suppose you are in a bad mood. So how would the activity decide? If you are going to your job well and you didn't have any issue, then you go to your gym also in the evening. So at that point of time, it would be you would be telling them like journaling. Sometimes we write diaries, na? It's like we write diary and we tell it. And now it analyzes that if we have done something productive or not for through the day, and then it gives us answers accordingly. It'll tell us, okay, fine, today it happened, it looks like you have a bad mood, that's why you didn't do this which you regularly do. So to track your moods also, we have an app. Now coming to the next one, this is a basically CBT chatbot. uh it's like we are talking to a doctor only. The doctors have trained this robot, and this is a clinical chatbot used for looking at the behavior. Cognitive behavioral therapy is there, the natural conversation. I hope I'm clear. I hope I'm clear. Are you noting it down? Teachers, are you noting it down? Okay, perfect. I got a good number of responses. In an instance, the responses came. Okay, so let's come to the next point. Next is better health, in which licensed therapists are there, which can chat with you. You can actually give this kind of app to the kids when they are about to give their exams so that they can talk to their therapist about it. If they are feeling some anxiety attacks, they can talk to them. So now coming to forest, what it does, it's like you are sitting at a place where there are all trees, and if you use your phone, one tree dies. So obviously you'll not wish to use your phone. So this is kind of game which you can use, in which you can stop yourself from using phones for a longer time. I hope I'm clear. Teachers, am I clear? Yeah, nothing in the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. Now here, I can see now. Okay. So have you taken a screenshot of these apps? Have you taken a screenshot of these apps? Give me something yes or no written in the chat box so that I can move ahead. Okay. So let's move to the next one. This is cognitive ergonomics, in which we are talking about our mind. Till now, we were talking about our body, physical body. I told you that in the end, we will discuss about the mind also. So, coming to this, it's a study of mental processes like perception. Suppose I, I am watching a particular event and the other person is also watching the same event. I would give a summary of that event in a different way, but the other person would give the same summary in a very interesting way. I hope I'm clear. Teachers, am I clear? Okay. So let's come exactly. This is a little difficult to understand topic. So please, everybody, cooperate with me and try to just. Okay, fine. So let's move. Now, if human interact with systems and products, right now we are talking to ChatGPT. ChatGPT tells us a certain thing in a certain way. सेम फैक्ट कभी कभी हम कहते हैं ये पर्सन की स्टोरी टेलिंग बहुत अच्छी है, वो तो बिल्कुल मसाले लगा के बात करता है, उसकी बात सुन के मजा आता है. Why is it so? Because he is percepting the thing in a different way, because he is clear about his ergonomics, his cognitive ergonomics. But some people can't talk, even if they have seen something, they can't talk. Now, just see this picture, maybe that will make more it clear about it. The idealist ergonomist, he adapts to the user. See, this guy is sitting in a way so that this horse comes back and he doesn't feel any difficulty in getting onto it. That means horse should not be hurt. Even if this guy gets hurt sitting in this position for long, but he doesn't care. The horse should not be actually hurt. Here, this is the one. Businessman normally they find a cheap solution and let people adapt to it. Now, even right now, if suppose we see nowadays, even if we are not wishing, still there are some of the changes in this world which are in this country which are happening. They'll not listen if that is hurting us or not, because they are not cognitive agronomic. So let's see. Did you understand the difference? What is the difference between an ergonomist and a businessman or any layman? It's not only businessman, I would say any layman. So the one who is cognitively ergonomic, he would definitely adapt exactly to the user. They'll design a software how the user wants it to be. Not they would find a cheaper solution and make the users adapt. So let's talk about this. The ergonomist and yes. Did you understand this well? Okay. So let's move a little ahead. Ergonomist and cognitive ergonomics. Let's see. The ergonomist problem, adjust technology to human user. What would ergonomist do? He would actually adjust the technology how the human user will use. But the cognitive complex systems with different user in different you can say roles and distributed technology in several contexts to use. So it's relevant functionality not visible all at once. Even if you'll say इसका मुझे फायदा क्या हो रहा है, in the near future आपको कोई बहुत बड़ा फायदा नहीं होगा, लेकिन इससे आपका mental health ठीक रहेगा. So let's learn one thing. This is one example that we were talking about बहुत easily आपके सामने. Everyone, the same way, I'm opening up the whiteboard for you all. These are 4 cursor keys which you use on your keyboard. What do you think these cursor keys should be for your comfort? कैसे पोजीशन होना चाहिए उनका कीबोर्ड पे ताकि आपको कंफर्टेबल रहे? So please draw that out. Did you understand the question? You can just see the question once again, and then I'll be sharing the whiteboard. Teachers, did you understand the question? Did you understand the question, teachers? Okay. So now I'll be
Oh,
sharing the
ma'am,
whiteboard.
can you explain again?
Yeah, I'm asking you, I'm trying to design a keyboard according to you guys because you guys are the users. I told you I'm going to adapt according to the user. So now these are 4 cursor keys. What do you think the right position should be on the keyboard for these 4 cursor keys, which is more comfortable for you? So what you are going to do, you are going to draw where exactly on the keyboard you want these keys to be and how exactly you want these cursor keys to be placed. Yes, now I would share the whiteboard. Wait a second. I'll clear this annotation first. Now please draw how do you want the keys to be. You have to draw a keyboard and then show exactly where do you want these keys to be. You don't have to draw other keys on the keyboard, just a square and then tell, I'm sorry, not a square, a rectangle and then tell where exactly you want the keys to be. Okay, nice one. Okay, you want one on the left, on the top, on the left in place of caps lock. Zoom user, kindly explain. Sampada ma'am, exactly where on the keyboard? Okay, okay, I got this. This is very interesting, this one. Who made this? This yellow one, who made this? Grishma. Nice one. Okay. Zoom user, kindly explain Okay, Shika ma'am says it's fine how it is. We don't want any changes. It's on the right place. Okay, we have this person, Shilpi. She has made it in the rightmost corner. Okay, and they were. Shri sir also says the same thing. It's on the right place. Here, Ratha ma'am, I didn't get the positions. I'm sorry. Okay, even you can share your drawing in the chat box if you have done it on a piece of paper. Because here I can see a lot of drawings. So let's just share that kind of drawing with everybody on the piece of paper. Here I can stop the annotation. Okay, I'm stopping the sharing. Nice one. I could see a lot of people doing it. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for such lovely responses. So I hope you have understood what I was trying to say using these things. So possible some of our students gave these answers. You can see that we have dropped in those. We actually gave our students, rather they were very young. Only grade 3 kids were given boxes of these you can say uh, arrows, and then they near the space bar, right? Okay, up down. Okay, then what exactly they showed up? These were some answers which kids gave. Can you see that? So you liked it? Like this activity? You can do this with your kids in your class. You can just ask them to draw these and see what exactly uh, different things you come up with. So designing interactive system for user, this is what cognitive ergonomics has to do. So important starting point, understand the user. You have to understand the user. You have to understand the user's mindset and task, what exactly the user wants. So go to the user and observe the task. Now specify the user's new task world and then डेवलप अर्ली आइडियाज. उसके बाद आइडियाज बनाएंगे, रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे फॉर द यूजर, इवेल्युएट करेंगे यूजर के साथ. पहली चीज बनाने के बाद यूजर को दिखाएंगे इफ इट वर्क्स फॉर हिम, यस, देन ओनली विल लीव and then finish the specifications whatever is given. So this is how cognitive ergonomics mean, and in this way we can actually cater to the user's needs. And this is one way in which I think the digital world will be at peace and not under the aggression. So let's move to the next slide. This is the cognitive cycle. If you want to take a picture of it, you can discuss it with your friend students. Here, can you see stimulus from external environment? Something comes from the external environment through which our cognitive cycle works. This is from internal environment, then internal sensory. That means our body is teaching something, and then perceptual memory. Then comes working memory from preconscious buffers. Similarly, orthographic memory. These are all our memories. So I hope I'm clear. Okay, so let's move to a small video now. So everybody, please see. That's a very small video of few seconds only. Can you see that? If not, please let me know. Can you hear it?
No, ma'am, not.
So these are three brain activation exercises through which we can actually
Are three brain activation exercises to keep your brain nice and nimble. The first one
understand
is
the
called
question.
Hunt the Rabbit. You got one hand doing rabbit ears and the other hand pointing at it just like it's hunting a rabbit. Now keep switching. It's really challenging. You can see my face.
Everybody do this. This and this. This way and then this way and then this way. See, we are doing this mistake this way. Everyone, please do that. This way, you can actually train your brain. That is, in between, while you're teaching, take this exercise so that the kids feel relaxed and our cognitive ergonomics is done. Everyone did that? How many of you did that? Like, okay, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. And now, can you hear my voice? Okay, okay, perfect. Everyone did that? At least 5 times did you do that? Yes or no? Okay, perfect. Very nice. At least 5 times. Okay. Some people are saying they're trying. Okay, a bit difficult, but getting nice one. So let's do the next one. Next brain
Is super concentrated, but that's the point. Now we're going to point our index and pinky and switch.
This is what you have to do. You have to do this and this, and then this and this, and then this and this. What you would be ending up doing? Pointing either both the index fingers or pointing either both the pinky fingers. You don't have to do that. One has to be index and the other one has to be pinky. And again, then again, then again, this way. Kindly do that.
Switch at the same time. Your other fingers should.
Are you trying it out? Are you trying it out? Okay, perfect. Did you like the exercise? Okay, so let's move to the next exercise, the last one.
Didn't move. Finally, we're gonna touch our thumb, but we gotta do it in sequence, back and forth. Do it as fast as you can and in the right order. Your fingers can't double touch.
The fingers can double touch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, I did the mistake. I lift this finger up. Just see how many of you could do it. Yeah, it takes time, but yes, this is how you're training your brain to make it fast. And when you do it with your kids, they would be doing it very well because they are not stressed up like you. They're not stressed like you, so that's why they would be doing it in a faster manner. Okay, yes, this is easy. Ma'am is saying correct, correct. Yes. See if you can do it perfectly. So these are some of the exercises
Do
which
this
you
to keep
can.
your coordination healthy. Let me know if you want to see more.
So I'm stopping the sharing. So we did 3 activities. One, anybody open up your mic and tell me. First activity was
Rabbit
the
one.
first activity was
Rabbit.
yes, hunting the rabbit. Very
Hunting.
nice. Second one, a big clap for him, Latama. Second one, Which was the second one?
Ma'am, the cursor key.
Pointing forefinger and pinky finger.
Yeah, pointing the index finger and then the pinky finger. Very good. This one. This way. Yes, very good. Next one. Which one's the last one?
Keyboard,
Cognitive.
keyboard, cursor keys.
There was an activity which you can like yeah, there was also one activity. I forgot about it. But yes, about I'm talking about the short which or the video which we saw.
Touching fingers.
Yes, with your thumb, this one. So these are some of the activities which made your brain feel comfortable. Now you're ready to work. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So let's come to the end of this session now. The final thing which we are going to share. The activities which you can do with your kids related to it. Obviously, you have come for the teacher training, so definitely you would like me to tell some activities which you can perform with your kids. And one thing which we missed in between was from when actually we were doing it since beginning. But yes, when actually we got to know and this particular science got a name, it was somewhere in 1970s it got the birth when initially physical ergonomics and uh, addressing the manual labor and machine safety was important. Then came in 1980s computer use and ergonomics. Then in early you can say 2000s basically integration happened. From then there are some things which were taken in care of, but still lot of work has to be done, lots and lots of work has to be done. So we discussed about this and then the posture and then how what is the future of this. Then we talked about cognitive ergonomics and then difference between both, and now we did some of the activities in cognitive cycle. Now the next one, you can what you can do with your with your kids, you can ask them to set up a digital zone for themselves. So what they would be doing if they have some of the devices at their home, they would be keeping those devices after watching all this presentation, or maybe all what you have learned just now. If after listening to this, they can just go home and put the things in a manner, and then you can even do it in the class also. But yes, in class you'll not be providing them with devices. So what you can do, you can actually ask them to set up the computer lab in a different way, in which you have to get involved, you have to help them out, or maybe you can ask them to set up some zone in which they are comfortable, a seat in which they are comfortable, a correct posture in which the right way the chair should be kept, the right way the table should be kept. You can ask them to do that. So you can move to the second activity in which you can ask them to create a poster of healthy digital habits, something like 5 do's and don'ts of using devices. If they'll write, see, obviously there are several do's and don'ts of it, and then that's it. Thank you, teachers. Now it's like question answer session. You can ask me. Sir, I was actually using Rupa ma'am. I'm using YouTube only, and I have some of the videos of my own creating these. So I have some channels also, which I also have a channel of my own YouTube channel where I keep on posting some videos related to AI, cybersecurity, digital economics, all these things. So you can go and check that out.
So, hi, Swati ma'am. I was saying if you could just, if you have this feedback form, if you could just bring that on your screen, because they can just go ahead, fill that feedback form, and that will be for
Sure.
their, yeah, that will be for their attendance as well. So their attendance will be marked.
Okay.
So
So,
please, everyone,
teachers, you can just keep take a screenshot of this QR code which I'm showing.
And teachers, please do fill out because this will be marking your attendance for any kind of like
Just take the screenshot of it for now, and then you can
yeah,
mark it.
yeah, exactly. I'm also sharing the link of that form for you so that if you want to fill it that way, you can fill it that way as well.
Thank you, everybody.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Do I hear someone speaking something? I have attached the
Okay, we'll
link if
get
you are
our
not able to.
certificate, ma'am, after filling this.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So the QR code is also there, and apart from that, I have sent a link also. If you're not able to do it through the QR code, you can just go on the link and fill that form there itself.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
Ma'am, are we going to get any certificate for this as well?
Yes, you will be getting a certificate for this as well.
Because the earlier sessions, whatever we filled up, we have not got any certificates for that, ma'am.
It will take a little time. I'm not saying that you will get this immediately, but it will be sent to you on your mail. So you'll be filling up that session feedback form. So you'll be filling up your mail on that. So we'll be sending it to you. Please, if you are not able to scan the QR code, I'm sending that link again. So you can just go ahead and do the feedback there itself. You can just take the picture of that also, the QR code. So it will be helpful for you. And thank you so much, Swati ma'am, for enlightening us. You were very good as always. Thank you so much for joining this session. I hope you have a
Thank you,
great day.
ma'am.
You can just, after 2 to 3 minutes, you can just go ahead and remove this session, like QR code.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So after you're done taking the picture of filling up the QR code, you are please feel free to leave. We are done with the session. Teachers, the resource person's full name is Miss Swati Narang.
And we can end the session now.
Yes, ma'am, we can. Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.